Welcome back everyone to Zuma Fan. So Halloween is right around the corner and I thought it would be a perfect time to revisit an old episode, and that is Pups and the Ghost Pirate. Now I've already reviewed a Halloween episode from Paw Patrol before, so I'll leave the link for the second Halloween episode in the description. I did say I was going to do that in my Dark History video, but for some reason the link didn't work, so I'm hoping that it will actually work this time around. So the episode starts out with the Paw Patrol getting dressed up, getting ready to trick or treat, and I do have to say I really enjoyed the costumes. And like I mentioned in the review of the second episode, the Paw Patrol costumes are just really good, and this is no exception here. They got fantastic costumes, and you can see that Marshall is a pumpkin, Rocky is a Viking, Sky is a princess, and Ryder is this knight, and all of them are just really cool. And you can see that Chase is also the superhero, which I am guessing that this is where they got his design idea for Mighty Pups, because they are so butt-fucking lazy that they can't come up with a new design, that they had to literally take it from a previous season. And there's this very cute moment where we see that Zuma is talking about how he doesn't believe in ghosts, only for a ghost to appear behind him, of which we find out that it is fake, and it is Chase is actually responsible for spooking Zuma. And it's a very adorable moment, and the creators understood that these are puppies, and this is how they would interact and how they would play with each other. And you can see that during all this, Rubble and Rocky, they are going to carve a giant pumpkin, of which we don't actually see how the carving really went. We just see them kind of pull the top off, and that's basically it. And it's just a very sweet scene where we just see the characters just interacting with each other, and that's it. Because most of the time we just see them on missions. And we do get this very cute moment where all the characters start acting out as they are dressed. And as Zuma is the pirate and Chase is the superhero, they kind of have a small interaction with each other, you know, playing around and all that. And Rubble's going blue hairdo. And I do appreciate that Rubble dressed up as Elvis Presley. Now, I'm pretty sure that many children that are watching this won't know who the fuck Elvis Presley even is. So this is more than likely a reference for adults to get. So there's a lot of good stuff that even adults can enjoy. And then we see some of the side characters. You know, we got Mr. Porter, we got Alex, we got Marigold, we got Captain Turbot. Haiti also shows up, and here they're going to this pirate ship to hang out for Halloween, and Mr. Porter made cookies and all that. And I really do like the interactions between the characters here. This is one of the main issues with New Paw Patrol, is the fact that all the characters don't really have personality, and their interactions are barely a thing. I know all of you are probably going to say, well, it's a show for toddlers. It's not meant to have character, and Babadook, you're right. But since they went out of their way to give all these characters personalities and allow them to interact in such a way without having our main characters, the Paw Patrol, actually on screen, I have to appreciate it. And it's just so fun just to see these characters talk to each other and what they have to do. It's all really funny too. I really enjoy these characters and their interactions. I also had to talk about the way these characters are dressed. Marigold is dressed like a ladybug, and Alex is dressed like a dinosaur. Mr. Porter is dressed like a clown. Katie's a witch. And of course we got my favorite, Captain Turbot. He's dressed like an octopusy. It's great stuff. That Chicoletta and Callie have beef for some reason, and they're just dressed as pirates, but apparently they don't like the fact that both of them dress as pirates for Halloween. So anyways, while everyone's getting set up on this ship, everyone's kind of tense. They're afraid of ghosts, even though, you know, Marigold doesn't believe in ghosts, but she's the most terrified out of all of them. Once again, it's really funny, and the characters are just really enjoyable. It always gets a smile out of me. But of course, we discovered that Mr. Porter brought cookies on board. And for some reason, the cookies are gone. They vanished, disappeared. What the fuck? Of course, we do figure out later who's precisely causing these cookies and these sounds to happen. And basically, all the animals play a part in scaring the absolute fucking shit out of people. So anyways, while that's going on, we see that the Paw Patrol are trick-or-treating, and once again, it's just really nice to see them do this. We don't usually get to see them just, live their normal lives. We just see them doing missions, and that's basically it. So we get to see some of the Paw Patrol do tricks, and, it's really nice. I like it. But, something really weird happens, because we cut back to the ship, and everyone's on there. Everyone's terrified. Everyone's fucking shitting themselves. And for some reason, the ship just starts leaving the dock. It starts just floating away. And Captain Turbot loses his glasses, so he can't sail back. And that's also really funny, too. It's this weird visual to where you see Captain Turbot without his glasses on. He's just kind of moving his head around like he's in a dazed state. And it's very weird and actually really, really funny. So the Paw Patrol are called in, and of course they figure out what's going on. And they have to chase after the ship. And there's an interesting part that I'd like to talk about, and I saw some people talk about this one moment, is when Ryder asked Zuma to jump into his arms, but Zuma missed, or the ship was too fast, and Zuma ended up falling in the water. And some people talked about how this was a dark moment because Zuma almost drowned. And I just had to say, if you think that the kid with air canisters on his back, who's trained in water missions and can fucking swim, is going to drown in water, then I don't know what to tell you. Because that's just strange and that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, they get onto the ship, but Zuma and Marshall are scared, which, given the events that are going on at the moment, I would probably be scared too. But Ryder goes up there to the steering wheel to find out what's going on, and that is when they discovered that it was actually Chickaletta, who's kind of just bouncing around on the wheel and is causing the boat to swerve back and forth. And when they give Chickaletta back to Mayor Goodway, we discover who's dealing with the sails. And the sails were pulled up because of Callie, because she has an obsession with trying to murder birds, and when she tried killing a seagull, she fell, grabbed onto the ropes, and it pulled the sail up. But then after all that, they soon discover that the one eating the cookies and causing all this ghostly noise is Wally, and he's hiding behind these barrels, which is very strange, the fact that no one saw this giant behemoth next to these barrels, even though they were standing right next to where Wally would be. It doesn't make sense, but you know what, I'm willing to look past that. And it turns out that the ghost sounds are being made simply because when Wally starts snoring, he snores apparently so loud that it shakes these barrels and it makes the ghostly sound. Don't ask me how that is possible, because I don't even know. So the Paw Patrol get everybody safe back to dock, and no one's going back on that ship, so they decide to have a party at the lookout. And the episode ends off with all of them looking up at the sky and seeing a ghost pirate ship floating by the moon. It's pretty cool imagery as ghost sounds are playing in the background, and no one knows what's going on. Pretty weird, pretty creepy. So yeah, that's how the episode ends. I have to say, this episode was really, really good. And I love the characters. I love what they did with the Paw Patrol. I just absolutely love pretty much everything. And it was nice to watch a good Paw Patrol episode, and one that didn't make me want to slit my wrists. This episode is really good. I loved it. And the other episode, you're going to hear my thoughts if you're actually interested. So I want to thank you guys for watching this review. And I want to wish you guys a happy Halloween, and I'll see you later.